Welcome to Report Steelers. Here you will find the latest news and rumors about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Always up to date with information about transfers, drafts, injuries, behind-the-scenes news and everything involving the team. If you are a passionate fan and want to stay up to date with everything, this is the right place. Turn on notifications and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any news. Now, let's get to today's news. Steelers could surprise in the 2025 NFL Draft with Jaylen Walker selection. With the 21st overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers have several options at their disposal. While there are some needs to be filled on the roster, the franchise could opt for a different approach, taking the best player available at the time, regardless of position. That's precisely the strategy adopted by CBS Sports' Tom Fornelli in his latest mock draft, published last Friday. In his simulation, Fornelli predicted that the Steelers would select Georgia edge/LB Jaylen Walker, further bolstering their defense with a player with great potential. A value pick or a risky gamble. While the pass rusher position is not considered the Steelers' biggest immediate need, Fornelli noted that Walker represents significant value at the 21st pick. According to him, the player's raw talent may be something hard to ignore. He may not be the most pressing need in Pittsburgh, but he is a tremendous value pick. There are mixed reviews about what Jaylen Walker will be like at the NFL level, but few question his athleticism and his traits. Could the Steelers' next great pass rusher fall into their laps? Tom Fornelli, CBS Sports. The Jaylen Walker conundrum: linebacker or edge rusher? Walker is undoubtedly one of the most intriguing prospects in this year's draft. With a versatile skill set, he has shown himself to be an explosive pass rusher, quick around the edge and physically imposing against offensive linemen. He also excels at defending against the run game, being able to absorb and shed blocks effectively. On the other hand, his lack of consistent experience as an edge rusher may raise questions. During his time at the University of Georgia, Walker spent much of his time at linebacker, where he also demonstrated solid skills, especially covering tight ends and running backs on short routes. His natural athleticism allows him to cover the field well, and his discipline in zone coverage has caught the attention of scouts. The big debate among analysts is, what will be his best position in the NFL? Can he develop into a dominant pass rusher, or will his versatility make him a hybrid linebacker? Is Walker the Steelers' missing piece? The big question for Pittsburgh is whether Walker truly fills an immediate need. If the team believes he has the talent to make a difference, his versatility could be a valuable asset to the defense. The Steelers' defensive line needs more depth, and adding an athletic and versatile player like Walker could be a smart move. However, there are other areas of the roster that need attention as well, and the draft is still a few weeks away. A lot can change in that time, including market movements and new assessments of prospects. Whether as an edge rusher or linebacker, Jaylen Walker is a name to keep an eye on in April. If he falls all the way to the 21st pick, the Steelers will have an interesting decision to make. Do they go all in on the raw talent of one of the draft's most intriguing players, or prioritize more pressing needs for the 2025 season? Steelers move forward with signing Aaron Rodgers after crucial meeting. The Pittsburgh Steelers appear to be willing to do whatever it takes to secure the signing of legendary quarterback Aaron Rodgers. After a crucial meeting last Friday, the team showed strong interest in the veteran and is intensifying negotiations to bring him in for the 2025 season. With the Minnesota Vikings out of the running, the Steelers now have the New York Giants as their main competitor in the race to sign Rodgers. However, the quarterback's visit to Pittsburgh indicates that the franchise is one step ahead of its rivals. According to sources close to the negotiation, the team is aggressively pursuing the player, determined to transform its offense and solidify its position among the most competitive teams in the NFL. Rodgers' impact on the Steelers' plans. The Steelers' pursuit of Rodgers is not just a market move, but rather a clear sign of the team's ambition for next season. In recent years, Pittsburgh has struggled to find stability at quarterback, something that Rodgers could address immediately. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler confirmed that the Steelers are making the veteran a top priority. I spoke to a team source who said they're going all in on this trade. He's their number one target. Russell Wilson is still on the radar, but there's no doubt Rodgers is the team's big bet. If the trade goes through, Rodgers would lead an offense that features talented players like Najee Harris in the running game and George Pickens as a passing threat. In addition, Rodgers' presence could be a decisive factor in elevating the team's level and transforming it into a true playoff contender. Favorable scenario for a deal? With retirement looking increasingly distant for Rodgers, his NFL future points to a new journey in Pittsburgh. Reports indicate that the two sides have already established a framework for a contract, which could speed up negotiations if the quarterback decides to wear the Steelers' jersey. Last season, Rodgers led the Jets in 17 games, amassing 3,897 yards and 28 touchdowns. Despite his solid individual performance, the New York team struggled collectively and finished the year with a poor record of 5-12. This led to a roster shakeup, culminating in the Jets' decision to release Rodgers before the start of free agency. Meanwhile, the Steelers saw Justin Fields leave for the Jets themselves, but were able to bring back Mason Rudolph, who spent last season with the Tennessee Titans. However, the pursuit of Rodgers suggests that Pittsburgh is not satisfied and wants a big name to lead the franchise into a new era of success. What to expect in the coming days? The Steelers' move in the market signals that the next few weeks will be decisive for Rodgers' fate. If Pittsburgh can finalize a deal, it will secure not only an elite quarterback, but also an experienced winning leader who can immediately elevate the team. With the 2025 season approaching and teams gearing up to compete for the title, Rodgers' arrival could transform the Steelers from a competitive team to a true Super Bowl contender. Now, it remains to be seen whether Pittsburgh can take the final step to complete this big signing.